is cooking. If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Hey, you went flying bitches first. Hey, you went driving around the world. Hey, you went brown like a squirrel. Hey, you went shaking in the pearls. Hey, you went Rolls Royce car. Hey, you went Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want ball it all my own. Oh, you want line it all up. Hey, I'm gonna play it how it is. Hey, I've been playing for some years. Hey, you tryna steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field on the pill. Hey, you wanna spill in the spill. Hey, you not real niggas still. Rolls Royce still on the field. Yeah. Oh, you went top off. Oh, you went Flintstones. Oh, you took a little roller off. Oh, you went big stones. Oh, you went toothbrush in. Oh, you went ringtones. Oh, you went train on that bitch. Oh, you went ding dong. Oh, you went kingpin. Oh, you went wings in. Oh, you went hands on. Oh, you went singing. Oh, you went demon. She not a demon. Oh, you went king. Now you scream. Hey, you went flying bitches first. Hey, you went drive around the world. Hey, you went brown like a squirrel. Hey, you went shaking down pearls. Hey, you went Rolls Royce car. Hey, you went Rolls Royce truck. Oh, you want ball all my own. Oh, you want line all up. Hey, I'm gonna play it how it is. Hey, I've been playing for some years. Hey, you tryna steal all the spill. Hey, I'm in the field on the pill. Hey, you wanna spill in the spill. Hey, you not real niggas serious. Rolls Royce still on the field. Yo, look. Sis got me a visionary. I'm the definition like a dictionary. Baby, turn around, forget the missionary. If they pull up on me with some bad intentions, you go read about it in obituary. I got more soldiers in the military. I got more stones in the cemetery. I got more strings in y'all in February. It's getting hard to put a price on a show. Can't even pick it, I'm out now. If a nigga really try to jam me, get jammed first like a countdown. I thank God for that flight straight from the down side going southbound. They say that life's about balance, baby, and the balance is in my account now. Okay, she got a perk and a perk. I got a twerking and turn. She probably let both hands hit. The way that she's working that dirt. She getting cake on the picture she take. I say, girl, I've been working and work. Full of wedding dress, I'm trying to market it. Hey, you went fine, bitches work. Hey, you went drive around the world. Hey, you went brown like a squirrel. Hey, you went sitting down the
All
pearls.
right, thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. I'm not sure anyone heard me at first when I was speaking, but it's been resolved now. Once again, welcome to tonight's session. I did mention earlier that tonight promises to be fun, and it promises to be a session where you're going to learn so much because you're going to be tapping into the experiences of our amazing speakers here tonight. And as well, with our amazing project here tonight, we're going to be, we stand a chance to win amazing rewards and, of course, yeah, amazing rewards tonight. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and ensure that you drag all your friends here tonight because it promises to be a blast. We've spent so much time already. While you're getting your friends onboarded and you're inviting more person, and of course you're sharing the links and retweeting, let's get started. Tonight we're celebrating the female leaders in the entire crypto and DeFi space, of course, with Flooz and with Bitrock, right? Now, I'm going to start with one of our amazing and very uh, popular speaker here tonight in the person of Sarah Idahosa. We have, I'm just going to have to introduce the ones that we have tonight. We have Sarah Idahosa of Women in DeFi, one of the largest DeFi community focused on empowering women and training, onboarding them into to become financially independent, and then to kickstart their journey in the DeFi space. And then we have Crypto V. Also, she's going to be introducing herself shortly. Then we have the amazing team from Bitrock. I'll be introducing soonest, but then let's get started. All right. So I'm going to have to start with I believe I just did a general introduction. I believe we want to get to know our speakers first before, getting to ask them questions. And do not worry. The last time we had a session, we gave room for every other person to ask questions and, of course, come to speak as well. So tonight, might be the chance you also get to add your thoughts if you're in the DeFi space. If you've got one or two experiences that you want to share, and that'll be that'll be towards the end of the session. All right. So get excited, like I said, retweet, and of course get every other person to join the call. Now, to our amazing speaker and founder women in DeFi, Sarah Dahusa, would you love to do us your tell us about yourself and your personality, uh, how you started, if possible. Just help us dig deep into your experiences and how you came up with the vision, Women in DeFi. Thank you.
Okay, can you hear me? Hi, everyone. Anita, can you hear
Yes,
me
I can
fine?
hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sarah Dausa, and like our host said, I'm the founder of the Women in DeFi community. I am a DeFi researcher, an educator, and yeah, I think I'm here and there in the DeFi space basically. I think I got into space sometime in 2020, and the Women in DeFi community got founded in late sorry 2022, yeah, early 2022, February 2022 basically. um I think starting out in the space for me, yeah, initially I didn't know there was something on DeFi basically. I was just someone who got marveled about the blockchain. I was doing my own researching online, connecting with people, trying to do anything basically that would make me financially free. And as I stumbled upon DeFi, I had to like register for a class under like the biggest DeFi academy we have in Africa, basically Nirvana Academy. And I learned from Nirvana Academy. And I think while I was still a student at Nirvana Academy, from there I transitioned into being a part-time tutor, like a part-time educator in Nirvana before I started doing full-time there. And I think it was while I was still interacting through Nirvana, connecting with more people. That was when I realized that, yeah, we have just very few women in the space, basically. Um, that was when I saw it was always guys. You would be on a group chat, you'd be on a I think Twitter space was anything then. You'd be on a session, let's say Telegram podcast, yes. You'll be on a Telegram session, and people will be talking about decentralized finance, or they'll be talking about the blockchain. And you would be able to count, let's say, two women or three women on a session that would have over 100 people. And it was really sad. I I would say like most times I always try to go into arguments with guys. Let's say if we're talking about a thing or two in the space, talking about a project, a defined project and whatnot. And there's usually no female to do this sort of interactions with. So that was where like the thought of women in DeFi came up, and I had to reach out to a couple of other females I know in the space at that time. Some ladies who they're also part of Nirvana Academy, I would say. And I reached out to them, told them that, oh, I'd want us to like build something together. Let's create a sort of community where we get to onboard more women into the space and let them know that, oh, this space is not just for guys, it's not for men alone. It's something that is open to everyone, because basically the blockchain is not sexist. It doesn't know your gender, yeah? So we decided to like build the army of women, which is now known as Women in DeFi now. And the goal basically, yeah, is that we intend to onboard 2 million women by 2025 into the DeFi space. And we're already on the road to doing that. So what we do basically is um we host sessions, decentralized finance sessions, to talk about and different tools that are used in the DeFi research or general blockchain research section. I think currently we just do things of DeFi, and as well as trying to get jobs, crypto jobs or Web3 jobs. Like those are the things we educate the women about. So because it's one thing for you to teach someone, it's another thing for you to like also teach them how they can use the same knowledge now to make something up for themselves. Because if you teach someone at the end of the day, they're unable to like make anything of it, yeah, it will be pointless. They won't see any reason to like want to be there. They won't see any reason to want to do it. So start like after teaching them, oh, this is what DeFi is all about, we also start educating them on how to get jobs, like how to reach out to DeFi projects. Like let's say if you have a skill, or if you want to build a full-time career in it, let's say you don't want to be a full-time trader, because of course we almost not be traders. We have people that are creative, like designers, video creators, writers, animators, and whatnot. Yeah. So we have to like start helping these ladies build on this their skills, on this their career within the DeFi space. And yes, also taught them how to like reach out to projects so that they can get jobs, how to have a proper CV that is tailored to like the blockchain technology or that is tailored to decentralized, tailored around decentralized finance, yeah. And they started using that to like get jobs for themselves. And right now we have over 3,000 members of the community, women basically, that at one point or the other, either through full-time training or through one of the virtual sessions we've had or through our events that we do, that they get to be a part of the community. I think, yeah, recently we hosted our third edition of our Code Chat and Cocktails event, which is actually one of our initiatives as Women in DeFi, which the Code Chat and Cocktails now it's not just for women, basically, yeah. We do it to reach out to a larger audience because it's one thing to have women, yes, to say yes, we're onboarding more women into the space. But then again, let's not forget that this is Africa. Yeah, there are so many parts of Africa where people still don't know about DeFi. People still don't even understand what the blockchain is all about. So that is where the whole code chat and focus initiatives came on board to reach out to a wider network of people. We do it in collaboration with like with other communities, like in the DeFi space. Try to get them on board to join us to do the event, but it's basically led and planned by women in DeFi. So we get to like bring people together. And the last one we had over 1,500 attendees for the event. It was held at a state called Oyo State in Nigeria, particularly the city of Ibadan. And it was a huge success, basically. So, yeah, that's like some of the things that we do as women in DeFi and lots more. I think I can see like a good number of the committee members on this session, basically. But yes, I think that's all about me and women in DeFi in summary.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Thank you
Oh,
for
sorry.
sharing.
I need
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
Okay, there's. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. What do you say?
Sorry? Oh, okay. I just recalled you also added like me talking about my personality, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, yeah, I am a person who loves to, should I say, I love to be around people basically. I'm everybody's person. Yes. I think there's someone who calls me everybody's sister. I am always with people. I'm very easygoing, but a lot of people tend to think that I'm all about DeFi. I don't know why, because they feel that all the times they've heard me speak, I'm always talking about one thing that has to do with Web3 or the blockchain or DeFi. But I am saying it right here now. I am a lot more than blockchain and Web3. I love to have fun when it's time to have fun, basically. And yeah, I think that's it's about my personality. I'm an easygoing person. Yeah,
Thank you so
thank you.
much for sharing. Your story, I must say, is really, really inspiring. I mean, the fact that you just started, I would say, I would sum it up to curiosity, and then look at where you are now with your team. You guys are doing an amazing job, onboarding women into the DeFi space. That's beautiful. All right, I'd like to hear from Crypto V. I'm sure she also has something beautiful to say. Crypto V, how did you start? Why DeFi? And what exactly do you do in this space? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Flooz and Bitrock, for this opportunity. I just want to know if you can hear me.
Yes, clearly.
Okay, awesome. So it was really interesting speaking. Listening to Sarah, and I've had a very interesting part also. So back then, about let's say 10 years while I was in the university, I chose the path of financial independence. So basically, I started doing a lot of research online, looking for opportunities, how to be financial independent, because I usually wanted to be able to take care of stuff that I wanted to do. So that was the plan. So I actually tried everything I could do, money making opportunities online, from various revenue sharing opportunities to network marketing to investing, every single thing, thing. I tried it to freelancing, and I just ended up with this network marketing opportunity, which had cryptocurrency as a payment. So that was
that was where the entire curiosity started. And as time went on, of course, I couldn't build my team. So it was left with cryptocurrency. But I just knew that cryptocurrency was not network marketing or wasn't multi-level marketing or anything like that. So I just decided to start learning about it, started learning about blockchain, cryptocurrency, and I found the tech very, very fascinating. I got a few bucks in the beginning. Now, the entire vision or my passion started when I decided to just move from focusing on myself, becoming better, learning about the space, and then moving the vision to empowering others and educating others. So what happened was that I think around 2017, 2018, there was this parabolic rise in the prices. Like we had this bull run, can't really remember when, and that is when a lot of people also started talking about cryptocurrency. So few people in my circle knew that I was into cryptocurrency and blockchain, so they just started asking me questions, and I just decided to build resources, video tutorials, cryptocurrency and blockchain on YouTube. Now the goal was not to have a community. The goal was, I wasn't even looking for subscribers, followers. I just wanted to build a library where anyone asked me about crypto, I'll just say, okay, go watch this video, because I was beginning to sound like a broken record every time I had to explain over and over again. So that's how it started. And then some people approached me. I had a Zoom call with them. They were all guys. That was the interesting thing. Then after, they were like, okay, can we talk to you? Do you have a community? I was like, what's a community? I don't even know what you're talking about. So I just created a WhatsApp group. That's how it started. And that's where Cryptority started. So that's why community, and it's basically a hub for crypto and blockchain education. I'm a huge proponent of yes, exploring the space, knowing that there's a huge world beyond beyond trading when it comes to crypto, and there's a huge world beyond crypto when it comes to blockchain. So this is basically letting people know that there's a huge world in there. Aside trading and investing, you can do other things in this space. You can build skills, joining communities, learning, being empowered, basically. So that's how the journey for me started. It started from seeking for avenues to be financial independent, and then I moved to curiosity. I was enthused by the tech, and then Cryptority came by. So through my personal journey, I have done a lot of engagement, having the community, engaging through online training, events. That's what I do basically, because I'm really enthused by that. And as time went on, I realized that if you really want adoption in the space, it doesn't only lie in, just educating people, but also empowering them to build skills. So that is where I also started building skills myself. So currently I do project management in Web3. So basically managing Web3 projects. And aside that, also doing lots of engagement, speaking, education. That's the core thing that I do. So quite recently, there's an association in Ghana called the Blockchain Builders Association, and that is going to be a frontier in terms of building capacity. So that's one thing that I'm really huge on: building capacity, building skills, and then most importantly, I want to be that person heralding that for ladies and women. So I do a lot of online trainings for women. I think just last week I had 2 of that, and it was really exciting seeing women who want to grow in the space, who want to understand what's available here, like through the universities, and also separate individual groups. So basically, that's what I do, and I'm really, really big on ensuring that women also hold a huge spot in this space, because when I started, the journey was more like a stereotype. You join a community on WhatsApp, you just contribute, and they go like, okay, thank you, bro. But behind my screen, I was just smiling, because they had a stereotype that it was only guys that was in the space. It was very, very little. Already, it was a nascent technology. It still is. There were not a lot of people in the space, and the few who were in the space to just a tiny, tiny percentage were women. So that's been one thing that has really moved me to herald and then empower more women in the space, to tell them that, hey, when you come here in this space, there's a lot of support for you, mentorship for you to grow, onboard them into the space, and for them to experience all the opportunities here. So that's a little bit about me and what I do. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. That's super inspiring. I really hope that we're learning something. At least from what I observed from the two experiences just shared, I would say one thing was common. Aside the curiosity, which I'd say that's one of the things that many of us, that drove many of us to actually get into what we're doing right now. But then the beautiful thing about these two amazing persons is, are the fact that you saw that. Would I say it's a male-dominated system, and then you had to come in and then change the status quo. And I think that's beautiful. I was going to ask you, Crypto V, how is it like in Ghana? But then you already shed some light on that. So let me just divert the question, and then I think I want to know, in your opinion, right? What are the critical steps needed to drive? You think is needed to drive inclusion and of course diversity within uh, DeFi? That's with DeFi in your area. That's in Ghana, right?
All right, thank you. And I would say that beginning, let me say in Ghana, this is a personal experience. Probably other people experience other things. But when I started the journey around 2015, 2016, there were a few things that were challenges. The first was, yes, I mean, right now there's a lot of resource. There are so many resources, some structured, some unstructured, from YouTube to, I mean, think about it, to various academies online, to communities, but we didn't have so much of that during that time, because I had to figure out everything on my own. There was nothing like mentorship. There was nothing like community. There was nothing like events even. Sometimes, when I started a journey and I met someone who knows what crypto is, it was like an eureka moment. I was like, really, crypto? It felt like I have just hit some light bulb moments during those times, because it was really hard. It felt like a very lonely road. You're all alone in one corner learning about things, and probably people thinking that you are crazy or things like that. But right now, I would say that I've seen a lot of progress already in the space, and I feel like some of these things are what are going to be the driving forces. So I feel like one very important thing is what we have already hit on so much: education. Education is endless, because in a nascent technology, there are trends every time. Today we wake up, you hear about DeFi. Tomorrow, you hear DeFi 2.0. The next day, you hear about something else, the metaverse. I mean, there are so many concepts, there are so many things. So bringing knowledge and learning, and then ensuring that it's well broken down, is one of the very, very important steps to take. And I feel like we are already seeing that, and then more and more of that is going to really, really help. So education, well broken down, because there are people who think that this whole space is a mystery. Anyone who hears about blockchain thinks it's just for technical people, or cryptocurrency. You need to know how to reach out. Aside that, there's nothing else that you can do. You are powerless, but that's not the case. So one main thing is education, and these forms of education are taking place in many, many ways, through various fellowships, communities. Just as Sarah said, what women in DeFi are doing is really, really amazing and really inspiring. So that's one way to bring that kind of that inclusion, and then to foster the space. Another thing I want to talk about is also community. Community is so key, and it's amazing the communities we have now, because as I said in the beginning, it wasn't like that. So now we have communities where you can receive mentorship, you can meet like-minded people and share ideas, network. So community building is also another very key thing. So for women, I want to see more women communities, women-led communities, receiving mentorship from women, having that kind of support system. It's a whole different vibe too. It adds some different vibe to it, because you know that you're relating with people who understand you, who are just like you, and kind of go through your challenges, so they kind of understand what you are going through. So I would say education and knowledge, community building, so being part of a community, which comes with benefits such as networking and mentorship. And these are some of the things that I think are really, really key. And also having enough, let me just say, support system in terms of resources, funding, to push these initiatives is also very, very key. So in terms of funding, women who are wanting to have startups in the space, build community, do events and all that, having that kind of resource in terms of team, and then even funding to push them. I believe that these things, which are already in place, and it's been like we having more of that is going to really ensure that we have that inclusion that we are looking for and diversity too. Yes, so that's a little I want to share now. Probably if I have other things, I'll share later.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. I must say you're doing a great job doing what you do as a thought leader in this space, and we are proud of you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's not forget, guys,
Thank you.
because we're enjoying ourselves and of course learning from our guest speakers. I'd like us to also remember that this event is brought to you by Flooz in partnership with Bitrock, and of course I definitely would love to take this moment to recognize their generosity to support our community with the airdrop that they're giving us. They're rewarding us, which I believe they're going to share some insights into what the project is building as well, how their commitment towards growing this ever innovative space. I think without further ado, I'd like to quickly call on the representative at Bitrock. Sorry here.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. I mean, good evening. Oh my God. Okay, so just quickly tell us what Bitrock is trying to achieve, and of course, what role you're playing, what role the product is playing in ensuring that this space gets what we're trying to do gets achieved. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us, first of all. Really appreciate this opportunity. And very nice to see some females in the space. So nice to meet all of you guys. And really nice things to say. So definitely was nice to hear from you. Very quickly, we are, as you know, Bitrock. We are a layer 2 Ethereum sidechain, proof of authority using IBFT 2.0. I'll kind of try to make it not too technical. The project work started 2 months before launch, so the blockchain was done from scratch. And about 2 weeks ago, I think, was the launch. We've had some good runs so far. I mean, all of the team members have been in the space for quite a while. And although this is the team's first project, so we haven't had any projects of ours before, all of us have been involved in different capacities with previous projects as consultants or advisors. So we haven't really kind of had our own project. So this is kind of a culmination of experience of many, many years. I've been personally in the space for about 6 or 7 years or so. Up until 2021, I was just your average investor. For the most part, I still am. Just, with the fact that over the years, I've started becoming more and more involved in my own investments and kind of trying to talk with teams a little bit more and give them some insight on certain areas of improvement that I've seen could be worked on with some of my own investments. So some people go out and tell people, I invested in this project, come join me and so on. My way is more kind of seeing what could be better, even just as an investor, and just going to the team privately and just kind of talking to them. And through that process over the years, I've been able to develop a lot of contacts and also help projects achieve certain things. Again, as a consultant or advisor, whether it's in areas of listings or marketing or strategy or PR or community management. So, the different team members kind of have experiences in different areas. Some of them are more technically savvy. Some of them are more focused on marketing. At the moment with Bitrock, I'm focused more on PR and AMAs and hosting, community management, and so on. And we're very happy that we were able to actually bring a project into inception that aims to address a problem and, hopes to make a difference in the space. Currently, we're poised to, hopefully deliver on everything that we've been telling the community. We have already done a lot. We've delivered a lot. Our, mainnet launched on day 3. We launched with a functioning testnet that was already tested. And just yesterday, we finally, got key parts of our ecosystem running. were delivered. So we have a bridge that we have partnered with Sphinx Labs for. We've also partnered with them not just for the bridge to bridge from basically the Bitrock tokens from the ETH network to the Bitrock network, but also we have a charting tool that they have worked on, a liquidity locking tool, a launch pad, and so on. And currently, we're in the final stages of testing because those have already been completed. So some of our community have already seen that. So we're in very good shape, and within the next week or two, we're going to be starting launching projects on our own chain, and that hopefully aims to serve as our proof of concept, in addition to already having a test net and so on, but actually making sure that our initial launches are going well. And we're also working on our auditing process. So right now we are starting to have our audits for, we're going to be applying for audits for our blockchain, our mainnet contract, our mainnet staking contract, and our own swap as well, which we released just a few days ago. So that's just a very quick overview of the project right now and where it's at.
Thank you so much for sharing. I see that the project has gone a long way and that you're already on track, doing so much, and we definitely would love to, give our all to the project. Thank you so much, Bitrock. All right, just gonna dive. We're ready to, hear what, of course, receive the what you have for us in store for us. But then we would love to, dive back into the session, and then of course we'll get back to you. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard from Sarah.
So is anyone still saying anything? I can't hear anything anymore. Hi V, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but I can't hear her. So I really don't know if it's a network.
Yeah, Anita. Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
Um,
Hi, anyone there?
yeah, can you hear me now? Hello, Sarah. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, apologies, sorry.
Yes, I can hear.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I was trying a question to you. I wanted to know, both to you and of course to Crypto V. I wanted to know if there are specific challenges you faced in your journey and how you, navigated your way through them. The lessons learned along the way. I believe that our members here would want to learn a thing or two from your experiences. So, over to you, Sarah.
Okay, so I'll say like um for me it would most likely be what other women in the tech space in general like usually talk about the aspect of most times when they get a job or they get an opportunity and people start questioning like how they got it. Most of the time people feel it's just because they're a female, just because they're a woman. That was why they were able to like get that. Sorry, is anyone there? I got muted.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Was muted. Okay. Yes. So like most people tend to think that the reason why you were able to get to a particular position or a particular job role or whatnot here, it's simply because maybe you're a female and whatnot. I think at the beginning, yeah, that was what I faced the most. And most times when you want to provide your own opinion on a specific topic regarding the space, yeah, other guys around you, most times they feel like, what do you know? Like, what do you have to say? Do you get like they start questioning your intelligence until and I think the best way I was able to overcome that is the fact that I just had to like do more for myself and for everyone around me. What I mean is, I had to double up on everything I was doing. My work rate was high. I had to like make sure my portfolio, my resume, everything was like filled up with things that I do in the space. Like so, there would literally be proof of work. So by the time I speak anywhere, or by the time I provide an opinion, on any matter regarding DeFi space or how I feel about community management or whatnot, yeah, no one would want to question, okay, how I got there or how I got to that position, because clearly they can see that, yes, I know what I am saying. And I didn't get there because I know one person or two people out there, yeah. So simply because I was able to like show that yes, I know this thing and I know it so well. And I'm not just speaking because I got the opportunity to be on that platform because of someone or somebody I know out there. So I think that was like the major thing I faced. Then of course, as a community starting out, like when I was starting out in many in DeFi community, like it's a free community basically because our trainings that we do are usually free, and most times we just try to get support here and there from people. And I think till date it's still a problem we face trying to like get support from people, like to support what we do, or even brands. Like most times when you reach out to certain brands, they'll tell you, "Oh, the community is still growing. Sorry, we don't see any reason why we'd want to like partner with you because it's not yet a like really really big community and so on and so forth." Because of course the trainings we do, we need to get good tutors. Yeah, one person can't, of course, educate over many women at the same time. So we try to like get more women because the goal is to actually have women that these other women look up to, and that's how we try our best to make sure that the tutors or the mentors or the educators within the community they are all females. So that as other women are coming, they are seeing like other people who have actually walked that particular path and they can learn from them, they can pick from them. They will know that yes, there are people who have actually done this thing before and they've succeeded in it. So as they themselves are learning about it or they are coming on board, they will know that yes, there are other people that they can use as a blueprint or they can look up to basically. So like most times here, trying to get people like high quality mentors and educators like and teachers is kind of like hard because most times you need cash to compensate them. Sometimes you just need reward. And being that it's a free community, yeah, it has been a problem for us basically. But I think right now we're already getting to that position whereby it's not so much of a problem because lately I think a lot of people have been reaching out from other brands and whatnot, yeah, trying to collaborate with us, partner with us for our trainings, our events, or even our activities for us to like be able to do more. But I'm still gonna say it here, like I always say it every time. We still need more brands, more businesses in the Web3 space, in the DeFi space, in the blockchain space to collaborate with communities like ours. It may not just be women in DeFi. There are so many other communities out there that are focused on educating more people about decentralized finance, that are focused on educating more people about the blockchain technology and even Web3 at large. Yeah. And most of these communities, yes, basically, most of these communities, they do not have the support, they do not have the means. So if you're a brand and you know, yes, you have the opportunity to do that, like you have the means to do that, try to collaborate with such communities. Now, I'm speaking because I know as I may not know other brands or individuals that communities are facing the same thing, yeah. So try your best to collaborate with these people because at the end of the day, whatever product it is that you're building, whatever brand it is that you're building in the space, you need people to interact with your brand. You need people to interact with your product. And if more people are not onboarded into the space to understand how the space works, to understand how the space moves, whatever it is that you're building, there will be no one to interact with it. It will still be the same old people who are already in the space who may most likely not even be interested in whatever it is you're building, that you still end up talking to about your brand. You need more people like who would probably even use your brand as something that they look up to be the first thing that they interact with whenever they like when they come into the space. So I think for me, those were like the things I struggled with. That's like I mentioned these things in particular. One, most times getting like people doubting me, basically what I do or what I can do or what I cannot do or whatnot. And the second one is lack of support from like whatever it is I do through like our community as women in DeFi. And I also like said how I navigated those problems and how we're still navigating them anyways. So yeah, that's all for me, Anita. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. That's great to know, and I'm glad that things are getting better, like you mentioned. You know, the more we do, what's necessary, the more we get the support that we need from people. Because you know, when they observe the good that you do, support comes easily. Thank you so much for sharing. I'd like to also hear from you, V. What was it like for you? What were the challenges that you faced? You know, while starting up and while you know leading as you've been leading. Thank you.
Um, thank you very much. So I think I share. I mean, some of the things Sarah spoke about. So first of all, like just as she shared, that's challenge that a lot of women face in the space. Being a woman, I there was one time that someone actually was surprised that it was a woman who was leading such a like a community and wanted to call me to confirm because it was he didn't believe it that a woman can like do something like that. But okay, great news is that it ended in inspiration rather than probably something like demeaning or anything of that sort. So that's one of the things. So what I did was that I really persisted, and then like took me so much courage and boldness to sometimes also even talk about like what you deserve in the space, what you have to get, maybe a particular opportunity, or even when it comes to maybe sometimes remuneration or things like that. So it took me a lot of persistence and being bold. Yes, being bold as a woman, you need to be bold to sometimes stand your ground and do certain things that you have to do, right? It's being a male dominated. I mean, most of the events I go to, that's another driving thing that I could see only men. So just one lady standing in front of a whole room of men. And, it was really interesting. Sometimes some people may have felt intimidated, but that's you're a woman and what do you have to say? But I think that as time has gone on, the space has learned to embrace women. There have been opportunities for women here and there. And even certain roles are even like preferred that a woman is in that role. So I think that over time it has become better. And then as time goes on, more companies and communities are learning to embrace women, and then they're actually seeing the value they are providing, not just because you're a woman, but actually bringing in value. So that's was one of the challenges, and just being persistent and also taking every opportunity seriously. Because when I began and till date, I do not joke with any opportunity I have to make impact, to empower people, because I found it super fulfilling that I'm actually living my vision, my destiny, and then ensuring that people are empowered at the end of the day. Getting people talk about how they got this opportunity because of what they learned or how their lives have improved. I mean, that is that is already very, very fulfilling. So that's another thing, that pushing, being persistent, being courageous, then taking every opportunity seriously. Because even in this space, most of the recommendations that may have come to me were through people seeing your work. So putting out value, people seeing your work. There have been many times that I didn't have to send any CV anywhere because people have already seen what you can do. So they approach you for a partnership or something, and they are like, okay, we have seen you can do this, so this is it. So that's one thing that is really key. That's not We are not just being there because okay, it's women. So okay, just because you're a woman, but it's because you're a woman who is providing value, who is adding to lives, who is empowering people. So that's one way that I these are some of the things I did
Hello
to
V.
overcome that particular thing. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I lost you for a minute.
Okay, so I am. I think I've just
Oh,
ended
you.
on that. So I just
All right.
talked
Thank
about
you. All right. Thank you. Sorry about that. I
yeah.
stopped hearing you, so I didn't know. All right. Thank you so much, V. At least we can tell from your experiences and from the challenges you faced and, of course, overcame, because you have, for you to tell the tale, right? We can tell that, one beautiful thing about this place is the fact that, unlike the traditional and conventional world we live in, where women are, taken as a lesser version of whatever it is, probably because of the things they feel they can, weaker vessels now, the things they can't do. But then, the things that you guys are doing, we can see that it's easier, right, in this space. Trust me, if you're doing this, you're putting in the same effort and energy into doing other traditional things. I wouldn't call it traditional exactly, but then other conventional things or things you want to do in the corporate setting, it might be difficult and more competitive. But here, you just do your best, stay curious and build yourself, position yourself, sell yourself, and then you find out that your everyone is looking for you, and then everyone recognizes your effort because it's value over it's value. It's not really the your gender that matters. Thank you so much for sharing, and was super excited to learn from your experiences. Okay, I would be I'm definitely curious to hear from Bitrock. I mean, you mentioned the beautiful things that your project has been up to for a while now, and I think that's significant progress. But then I am curious to know, we've been focusing on the challenges for now, the challenges that every project has been facing. The speakers have shared their view on the challenges that they faced while starting up. We'd love to know, is it difficult? Has it been difficult? I mean, the journey, building the project, getting to the stage that you are right now, has it been difficult? What are the challenges and how do you overcome them?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I mean, in the beginning stages, it's been where it was incredibly difficult because building a blockchain is not cheap, first of all. So the blockchain development was self-funded by the team because that was done pre-launch with the hope that once, a fully working product that delivers what it says it does and even more launches onto the market, the product itself would market itself. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of marketing efforts that go with that as well. But at the same time, there's a bunch of challenging aspects when it comes to projects in general and specifically a blockchain project, because essentially, even though the Ethereum L2 layer 2 space is not too saturated at the moment, and even within those, there's a lot of different aspects to existing solutions that still don't optimize what can be optimized, or at least as much as it can be. Kind of launching something without any pre-sale or private sale or any kind of funding beforehand and self-funding it from the start is very challenging. And then after that, you got to make sure that you kind of market it to the right people and that you have the funds to market it to the right people, which is why, we have a transactional tax on every buy and sell, which is 4%. And 3% of that goes to the marketing, development, partnerships, and so on and so on. But, that part itself is aligning yourself with the right partners, making sure that, you kind of get people around you who share the same vision and are able to have the connections that can get you to where you can go. So we've partnered with a whole bunch of people. We've partnered with Brothers Marketing, not to be confused with blockchain partners. They are not the same. Both are quite well known in the space. We are partnered with Brothers Marketing, who do a lot of our marketing, but we do a lot of our own marketing as well, and we have other marketing partners too. We have JNR advisors who work with us on exchange listings and getting us to tier 1 and 2 exchanges and having those contacts, and also getting us deals that most other people would not get. Anyway, I mean, it's all about aligning yourself with the right people. And then you have obviously to manage people's expectations of continuous developments and getting to milestones and delivering. And of course, being a blockchain project, it's quite a large scale project, but it's still in its infancy. So, at the end of the day, you got to keep investors happy. A lot of people especially in Telegram, kind of want that constant updates with announcements and so on. And that's perfectly valid because, they've invested in a project and they want to see progress. But a lot of the progress that's made on projects like this requires time and effort. So we try as much as we can to continuously give people something new and make sure that they're engaged within the community, while at the same time making sure that we achieve our timelines and also make sure that our deliveries, like whatever we deliver development-wise, is valid and fully tested, no matter how long it takes. So, I mean, as I mentioned, our blockchain, the mainnet is already live. Our swap is live. The bridge is currently under testing. But at the same time, even though people want to start bridging their tokens and start seeing projects launch on our blockchain, we want to make sure that we test it thoroughly beforehand and make sure that everything is working as best as it can and the way it should before we start opening things up to the public and starting the adoption of our blockchain. So there's a lot of challenging elements, and these are just a few of them.
Thank you so much for sharing. Trust me, that was real. I really like the fact that you had to start from, of course, not exactly getting the funding necessary, but then building slowly and achieving milestones. I think that's what every investor and community needs to know because it makes you want to trust the project more. And I believe our community members are excited too. We're eager to learn more about, of course, Bitrock's token and the exciting airdrop opportunity that you're generously gifting us. Of course, would love you to share more light on the specifics of the airdrop, right, and how the members can participate, the requirements for eligibility, and all that.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh yeah. Where did you lose me? Okay, I said.
Kind of in the middle.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I did mention that would love to. We're eager to learn more about, your tokens, exciting airdrop opportunity that you mentioned. You'll be gifting us as well. Would want you to throw more light into the specifics of the airdrop, how our members can participate, and of course the requirements for eligibility.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. We have $500 worth of Bitrock to give away. And I think the eligibility criteria, if I'm not mistaken, let me just double check. I think they were shared by Flooz themselves. If you guys check in the announcement, I think you guys made a tweet about it, right? Or shared it for the eligibility criteria. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But I know that there's 500 worth of Bitrock to be given away.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay.
We shared it
Yeah.
earlier.
So okay. So I think it's based on you need to download the Flooz app and join the AMA, obviously. And I think quote tweet or retweet the AMA announcement. I think these are the eligibility requirements for that.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna retweet the entire process on how you can, of course, get eligible for the airdrop.
Yes.
But first, yeah, thank you so much,
Yeah,
Bitrock.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry. There may have been additional criteria that I missed, but those are the ones that I know.
Okay, sure, no problem. We'll definitely communicate shortly. Just a minute.
Sure.
I should send the tweet up now. All right. So the first step for you, if you're here, all you have to do is download the app, right? Follow Bitrock on the app, and then of course drop your Flooz tag on the Flooz Telegram community. You can do that right away on this call, and then of course you'd qualify. So we'll let you know the entire process on how to get it. All right. Thank you so much for what you're offering us, Bitrock. Um. Okay. So
Yeah, of course.
yeah. All right. So I think I want to hear from our speakers one last time. You know, I wouldn't call it final words, but what are your thoughts of the things you want to share with the community? What is your advice to, to the women out there? Of course, this is not just to the women here, but then to the guys out there, trying to get in, trying to build projects, trying to, navigate their way in this space. What are you saying to them tonight? I mean, they've learned from your experiences. They've heard about the challenges that you've faced and how you've overcame them. They've learned about how you started, and I believe I picked one or two things. I believe they picked one or two lessons as well. What are your final thoughts for them? I'll start with Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, sorry, Anita, I didn't get what you said. I'm so sorry. I was trying to connect.
So that's
Hello?
fine. That's fine. Yeah, I was asking what your final advice would be to the members here tonight, from the experiences that they've gathered and learned from tonight. What do you have to say to them, to the women, and then to the men, of
Okay,
course?
sure, thank you. So yeah, what I would say is if you're someone looking to building something in the space, whether or you want to be on the space for long term, maybe you're not just here to make sharp money and run away, but you want to build a long term career on it, either as a community manager or you want to have your own community, like an education community, whether you're a lady or not. What that this advice it applies to everyone basically. Take what you do seriously and keep learning. Learning does not end. Learning never ends. It's continuous. Connect with the right people. For everything you see, for every opportunity you get to learn, don't take it for granted. And for whatever it is that you learn, don't learn and keep it in your house. Put whatever it is that you learn into practice. And while you're learning, while you're practicing, for every time you also get the opportunity to come out to showcase what you can do, don't fail to do that. Always, I think, aside myself, V also mentioned it that how she has been putting up, like, showing off every time. And for every opportunity she gets to showcase what she knows, to showcase her knowledge, she takes the opportunity seriously because it will help build your portfolio. And it will get to a point whereby people will never need to like ask you what can you do before they want to give you an opportunity because they can already see what you can do, they already know what you can do, they already know your capabilities. Yeah. And I believe everyone will definitely get to that stage in as much as you're consistent with whatever it is that you do. You keep building yourself, keep growing yourself, you keep connecting with the right people that you're supposed to connect with, and take everything you do seriously. It is very, very important. You could say you're consistent with something and you're not even serious with the thing. But it is one thing to be consistent, it's another thing to be disciplined. Yeah. So I think that is what I would love to say to all the newbies. Keep learning. The DeFi space is very big. It's not something that you say you want to learn today or you want to learn 1 week or the next 1 month and you think you're done. Trust me, for every second you relax, a new um upgrade is coming up in the space. There is something new that is coming up in the space that you need to like even update yourself on. So keep learning. For every opportunity you get, connect with the right mentors, the right like we say in Nigeria over here, the right idols or the right idols. Connect with them and keep building yourself. And trust me, the sky will just be a starting point. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Keep learning. Thank you, Anita. Sarah Ida also has spoken. Thank you so much. Okay, V would love to hear your final advice to our members here.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're going to look at the most mentioned word tonight, is going to be learning because, I mean, that's endless. So, I would also emphasize on learning and being abreast with the space because it's a fast-paced place. Also be humble to learn from others, right? Because so this space can really humble you when you think you know everything and the next moment you know that you are just scratching the surface. So learning and providing value, putting yourself out there, nobody can put you out there than yourself, right? So build a brand for yourself. But if you want to be in this space, like you want to have a career in this space, learn. I'm personally big on learning every time, and not just learning, putting what I'm learning to practice. When I started the journey, I volunteered a lot. So don't say, okay, I'm not finding a job in this space. Don't come in here for quick bucks. Start, build a skill, learn about a skill, maybe if it is technical or non-technical. The amazing thing is that this space is also open for people with a non-technical background. So if you're a content creator, you are a marketer. I mean, even the careers we see out there, like being a lawyers, journalists, everybody has a space here. So it's all about learning, building the right skills, putting the skills to work. So you can start by volunteering. I didn't spare any opportunity I got, like even now, to speak at an event, to educate people. I took it very seriously, like my life depended on it. And then amazingly, most of the referrals and recommendations I got, which brought some financial gain, came from those, let's say, free things that I did. So volunteering, networking with people and networking rightly with people, valuing relationships you build in this space, because in this space I have made more friends than I have made maybe say in real life, because people I met on the Twitter space, people I met in a Telegram channel can I mean, they're holding the keys to the next progress that you have in this space. I remember the first time I met Sarah, she came to Ghana, and I've been following her on LinkedIn. So after the event, I just approached her, I've been following you. And she was like, how? I said, on LinkedIn. And she said, yeah. from others to ensure that you are original and unique in all that you do. So that's basically what I would like to add to it. To learn and build. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We learned so much from you guys tonight, and we're super grateful. I know the community is excited, and we look forward to hosting you again. One key thing I took from what both Sarah and V mentioned: keep learning. Don't stop learning. If you think you know too much, this space will humble you because you've not scratched the surface yet. So thank you so much for sharing. And at this point, we are doing something really unique. Just as we mentioned earlier, the $500 worth giveaways. To We'll announce the number of persons that would be that would be rewarded. All you have to do is the first. Should I say 100%, right? The first 100% to send in your Flooz tag to the Telegram community. If you check on the Flooz Twitter page, you should see the Telegram community. So all you have to do is download the Flooz app, right? That's where you can buy, you can sell, you can swap your crypto assets and NFTs, right? So you download the Flooz app. After that, all you have to do is search for Bitrock. You can see all the activities from the activities section. You can see all the activities, all the tweets, and all the engagement that has been happening in the past 24 hours and even more. And then, claim your Flooz tag. Your Flooz tag is the username that you get or that you create. For instance, when you download the app, you'll be given a prompt to, if you're a first time user, right? You'll be given a prompt to choose your username. That username is your Flooz tag. So that's what you use to claim your rewards. All right. So the first 100%, we're more than 100 here, right? The first 100%, or let's trim it down to 50%, right? The first 50% to join the community and send your Flooz tag, we should consider you for the rewards. Thank you so much. I think that would be all for my end. I would love to hear if Bitrock has anything to say to the community.
Well, I mean, I think you guys did a great job iterating your points of view and learning experiences. And I mean, I share the same thing. Crypto's been a major learning experience for me and a chance to get to know a lot of people, a lot of great people, that I ended up getting to know on a personal level as well. I would say that generally speaking, as we see a saturation and the crypto market overall with the number of projects, hundreds and hundreds of projects every year. It's important to for investors to make sound judgments in what they're investing in, and whether whatever type of project it may be, whether it's a utility project or otherwise, make sure that you're not just looking at the chart. Make sure that you're looking at the team behind it. Make sure you look at what's been delivered so far, and more importantly, what is yet to be delivered, and make sure that you're kind of essentially making sound investment decisions rather than kind of jumping on the hype. Although that may profit people, sometimes it's quite risky, and some people have done very well with that, and that's completely fair. But as we get more and more tokens and coins and projects on the market, it just becomes increasingly difficult to kind of make out the good from the bad. And so I think that's kind of another thing that Bitrock has going for it, which is, there's actual value in the project, especially for the long term. And so when people come and take a look at the project, it's quite easy for them to make a value judgment on, what the project offers and what it has going for it and what is yet to come. And hopefully, it ends up being an attractive investment opportunity for them. So that's what I'd like to close with.
Thank you so much for sharing, Bitrock. We're delighted to host you and would love to host you again. I think right about now, we'll take questions from our members. Anyone's got any question? I believe you've been taking notes before now, and then you have your questions before now. So you can as well, you can request for the mic, or then you can type in the comment section, and then we'll attend to them. Anyone, just raise your hands, or indicate with an emoji, or type in the comment section so that we can attend to them. All right.
Hey,
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is for Bitrock. What kind of layer 2 blockchain is Bitrock, and is it built on Ethereum? And how is it the fees so low, as you explained?
Yeah. So in terms of the fees being low, there's documentation on this on our website. So I'd advise you to just go and take a look at that. But in terms of the project itself, it is layer 2, and yes, it's on Ethereum. It's IBFT 2.0, and it's proof of authority. So it uses validator nodes. Um, and I think that's probably the answer you were looking for.
Or is your question answered?
I have another question. Does
Okay.
Bitrock has any campaigns, testnet campaigns?
So what type of campaign? Sorry.
Testnet campaigns.
Test net campaigns. I think that would have been at the beginning of the project. But right now, we already have our mainnet live. So the current kind of position that we're in right now is that we are, kind of recruiting or getting validators for our blockchain, which information on that will be coming soon. We're working with multiple teams for launches on our mainnet. But you can get, if you want to, kind of work with the testnet at all, that's completely fine. It's still there. And you can do your own testing. There's a faucet as well. And the configuration for the faucet or how to access it is in our chat. So just pop into our Telegram and pop the question, and it's a filter. As for our mainnet, we're testing the bridge right now, and we're going to be full steam ahead with that very soon.
All right, cool. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, no, thanks for your question. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your question. All right. Any other person with any other question for Bitrock or for any of the speakers, please go ahead. Okay, while we're waiting, don't forget to send your Flooz tag to the community. As I mentioned earlier, all you have to do is if you check the Flooz Twitter page, you should see the Telegram community. Join the community and then send your Flooz tag. So far, so good. We have just less than 20 persons that have sent theirs already. We need more so that we can send out, let you know if you qualify for the rewards. All right, let's do that sharply. So, any other person with questions, you can indicate by raising your hands.
Hey there, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Awesome, cool. I have a question for Bitrock. And this might
Sure,
Go ahead.
this might sound kind of crazy, but do you have any affiliation with BlackRock?
No,
Cool,
we
perfect.
don't.
Cool,
We
cool.
don't. We don't have any. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying cool because that was my main question on conspiracy theory. But
No. We don't have any affiliation with any project, not just BlackRock. It's BlackRock or otherwise.
perfect, thank you. That was all my question I needed answered.
Yep. No worries.
Appreciate it, guys.
Okay, that was. All right, thank you so much for your question. Okay, any other question? Please feel free to ask away anything you want to know about Bitrock. Very important, so that you're in the clear of what you're investing in and what you expect from the project. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take that as no question. So in the absence of any question, we're gonna call this event to a close. So far, so good. It's been great listening to amazing speakers, and of course, we appreciate you for your time and for sharing your wealth of knowledge to our community here. We look forward to hosting you again, and of course, on like I said earlier, or as we mentioned in the previous session, we do this every week, every Friday or Thursday. We'll definitely announce it to you. Sometimes we hold it within the community. Other times we, hold spaces here on Twitter. So With our sessions, we get to discuss and explore other topics around DeFi and crypto in general, NFTs, and lots more, as well as how to, you know, um, you know, explore and navigate your way through our app. Right? Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Okay. All right. So I think that's all for now. Do take care and have a good night rest.
Have a good night. Thank you guys for hosting us.
Thank you so much.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.